I know nobody's going to be in here yet because I just started it. But for those of you watching after the fact, this is the first of the Sunday replay makeup episodes. I planned on doing a doubleheader on Sunday with 2 episodes back to back. Kind of ran out of the ability to do that. Oh, hold on. Due to the fact that I had a pretty serious headache. So we're doing the first one today, right now. And the next one will be tomorrow night at the same time, about 8 o'clock. So we're getting going on all of that. I will have the play button pushed here in just a minute and we'll get the race on the road. Just trying to get everything set up so I can monitor chat and everything. I've got Twitch open so I can see everybody on Twitch. I've got YouTube open so I can see everything on YouTube now. So if anybody does show up and wants to chat, I am here. I can do that. But given that it is 8 o'clock on the money, let's push the play button on this and get the first race underway. Get a cool grid view here at Michigan International with the cameras that I've got. You can watch the grid peel out of pit lane here, and then we'll switch back over to the regular broadcast views. This was the F Cancer race that we did. Unfortunately, the way iRacing replays work, it pulls everybody's paint schemes that they're currently running. So because I'm so far behind the ball on it, you don't get to see most of those cool Cancer schemes. Except for the 13, still has theirs on there. You get a good look at that one. This race was 127 laps in the end with a green-white checkered. Goes a little faster than most of the longer races that I stream on here because the first 100 and some laps, 115, 120 laps, we went caution free. It was a very good race, start to finish. And I did find myself in 5th place at the end of this one. So this race was the end of my top 5 streak in the Xfinity series. The next race after this, I ended up in 9th, I want to say. A couple laps down. Wasn't really a great race for me. I kept bouncing off the wall. I was getting real frustrated. It was hot. So not the best showing. Definitely not my best in terms of how I handled it. But this one was pretty good. We're getting ready to go green. Pace car is off. Camera's very zoomed in there on the field. Kind of hard to see what's going on elsewhere, but there's the green flag. And we are race was scheduled at 125. I see a viewer on YouTube. Hi, welcome. I promise I won't talk through the entire race, especially considering, like I said, it's green flag for most of it, so not a whole lot going on. Unfortunately, like I said before the start, most of the Cancer schemes that we had on these cars are not showing. The way iRacing works, it just pulls everybody's current paint scheme for the replay. So there is one car in the field with their Cancer scheme. Looks like maybe 2. I think the 00 there is showing theirs as well, even though it's primarily a monster scheme. It does have the Cancer ribbon on the rear bumper of it. So. There were a lot of really good looking cars in this field when the race actually happened, so pretty impressed by that. Every car on the field had a cancer scheme on it. The real fun race, if you want to see some actual excitement, will be tomorrow night. I stream the replay of the Sox we raced here. That race was intense. That's definitely one you're going to want to watch if you like exciting door-to-door racing, more wide on the track. It was a 50-lap race, and it was 50 laps of excitement. The only laps that weren't crazy fun were the pace laps, and we did have some laps. I was in used up both of the fast repair fluid I wanted, and came out with a win. So good times for me. That was my second win in a row in that series, and that one I will be showing the replay video as well. So yeah, I'm sorry everybody for not making it happen yesterday as scheduled. I did have a really bad headache, so I spent most of the day sitting in the dark, just quietly watching YouTube. I took a lot of naps. And I've got the camera set to focus on most exciting, so like I said, not a lot of caution, probably not a ton of excitement going on, maybe some passes here and there, a little bit of time. Nothing big, so we're probably going to be looking at a bunch of the same cars throughout the race. I might cycle through them a little bit here and there just to show off all the other cars and see what everybody looks like. So in fact, we can start doing that. Start with race leader Gary Bingaman's car. Probably slaughtering some people's last names, so I do apologize for that. As Gage just up there on the inside of the turn. That nice gold PGA car. He is a cardholder PGA member, worked for the golf course. Not sure where, but cool guy. Fun to talk to, especially considering a lot of my cars from the Codes of Honor logo on somewhere. It's not the first time we like this for my mini stock, so we have quite a bit in common with my family connection to that, and he's got a connection to it through work, so. See what we got next. The 00 Colt. I'm not even going to try with a lot of people's last names. I don't know how they're said. That is one of the two cars that's still showing their cancer ribbon on the bumper there. Car behind it, Brett. That is the one we were all running the schemes for, as one of his family members passed away during the week of this race. Cancer. 53 right there. His schemes never load for me. I'm not sure why that is. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I'll see him during the race, but hardly ever for the replays. Behind that, Brandon with the 83 National Guard car. Nice metallic red on that. Good looking card. A little bit further back, there's the pace car. We got me. Nice big gap between the fleet group and me. Spent quite a bit of time just running my own line, trying to keep it straight, keep it in one piece. Whatever happened, happened. Good time to show them. That's kind of my thing. I like hitting balls. I do want to give a shout out to Robbie, one of the other fellow competitors in this race, 2 cars behind me right now actually, for the paint scheme on this car. This is his work and it looks fantastic, so thank you for that. Going back one more, we've got Jacob in the number 91 there, the Supra. I believe that's the only Supra on the track. And again, we get a good look. There's a passes him. Around him. Take a look a little bit further back there at 17. Still learning who's in what car, so give me a second there. That's Mike. One of the two Mikes we race with. Another good looking car. You see metallic maps. So figured out how to do that. The next car is Joshua with the number 13. Still has his camper scheme on there, so you can kind of get a glimpse of what a lot of the car can look like. A little bit of variation in all of them, some of them different colors, supporting the things that looks like that for them. Their family as well, so it was a nice touch. And like I said, it was a field. Back one more car from him is Zach. Bringing up the back of the pack for the night is the 11th car in line at the time out of 11 over there. So that was his Dover scheme because he wasn't too confident with that track. So chose an interesting scheme to go along with. We'll get this back on to most exciting now that we're going through the whole field. We'll get a good look at what the game found to be the exciting moments of the track. Again, not sure who's here with me, but thank you for joining and watching the stream. I do appreciate it. I know, like I said, I didn't keep to my schedule, and this is just kind of a last-minute makeup, so appreciate the support. You can see that Folds of Honor logo on the rear pillar there of the car on both sides. It is the primary sponsor for my mini stock, and it is also on the pillars of my car as well. This track was real slick all over the place for the entire race, so you might see cars sliding around here. started keeping them straight for the majority of the race until we started getting a little more desperate there in the closing laps. Realistically, this will probably be a less than exciting watch until the end. Not necessarily a parade, but you're not going to see any big wrecks. Like Brandon might have been in the wall up there a little bit. But as you see, still holding on to it as we see some pit cycles starting to go here at lap 20. This is where I make a mistake early on in the race and take a set of tires that I didn't intend to take there. Just a quick question, and whoever's here, you're welcome to answer in the comments or message me later about it or whatever. But do we like the broadcast view, or would we maybe prefer like a spotter view where you just watch the whole track from one point of view? I know with the broadcast view, the camera jumps around quite a bit, but I feel like it gives a little bit more of a watching on TV kind of feel. Do we like watching on TV feel, or would we prefer more like sitting at the track watching kind of feel? I can set it up either way, just based on what viewers like and what you prefer and what you want to see. car down on the asphalt in the back stretch there. Whoever else is here that I haven't said hello to yet, because I now see another viewer in the chat, or not necessarily in the chat, but in the stream watching. So, hello and welcome. We're gonna start seeing me make some passes here in a second. Again, that is a result of me making a mistake and taking tires that I shouldn't have took this early. And then I made another mistake by going way too long without taking another set. Kind of screwed myself out of some positions in the second stage. Trying to make up for taking the set too early, and ended up finishing the race with a whole extra set of tires that I could have used to get a little more speed. But you know, we do what we do. Still finished 5th, so I can't complain too awful bad. Just for the sake of it, since a lot of people probably don't even know what they see, I'm going to bring the menu up here. It's going to interfere with the feed a little bit, but we'll show everybody, what the spotters kind of see during a race. If I can find my mouse. There we go. We'll find a camera here that doesn't first. We'll go with this one and make some adjustments to it. We'll figure out where we're looking here as the cars come around onto the front stretch, so we can get a good look at where I've got the camera placed. Because right now I feel like you're seeing from outside the track. Yeah, bring it back in a little bit. I do got to go up a bit more. Now we're on the roof. So here is the view that you would get if you were a spotter for a race team. You get to watch them go around the track. Might have to move in just a little bit more. Yeah, looks like I do. Be standing up on top of the roof and getting a bird's eye view of everything, long distance. You got to watch your driver and tell them, where they're at in relation to other cars, help them avoid wrecks and things like that. Not an easy job. We'll set this to static field of view, kind of more what you would actually see, so we'll go with about a 50. You might need binoculars to watch what's happening on the backstretch. You can see that those cars are passing each other, but it's hard to see who's what. So that would be what you would see as a NASCAR spotter watching your driver at Michigan International Speedway. Now we'll head back over to the broadcast view just for the sake of it. All that stuff on the screen so we can go back to watching the cars go in circles. And once again, just for anybody that's watching right now, tomorrow night we'll be showing the replay stream of the mini stock race here. It's a real exciting race. I invite you all to come and watch. It's going to be a lot more fun than watching this one will be. As good of a race as this was, it was nice and clean. Everybody kept it straight, and the ones who did end up off the track did so without causing cautions. They were all one-car incidents off on their own, so nothing majorly exciting is happening up until the end of this one. When everybody starts getting desperate for another position and making a little bit riskier of a move trying to get through. So tomorrow night, the mini stocks, we are all door to door. We're bumping, we're 3 wide, 4 wide, racing in packs, pushing each other, and in those cars, the bump draft is kind of unpredictable. So it gets real exciting, real fast, a lot of stuff happens, and I think as far as excitement goes and entertainment factor, that's going to be the best one of the week. So the end of the lap that we just finished will be the caution there for the end of the stage. So I will finish stage 1, third place. You see everybody's kind of slowing down now. We are under the caution for the stage break at the end of lap 35. Which is when I should have took my first set of tires. But instead, I don't take tires right now. Or throughout stage 2. And they were gone. I had 4% left when I left rear tire, or right rear tire, at the end of that. And if I'd have gone any more laps, they would have just been a complete loss. I would have had a blowout and lost the car. So, not the best pit strategy I've ever had. We'll be honest about that. Here you can see the folds of honor on my car. The words are a little hard to read because I didn't put any backing behind them, but you still see the flag on that pillar there, right about where it's at on Gage's car. But it's not focused on my car, so. And you also don't see much action there because I didn't do anything but get fuel. You can see the cars in front of me getting jacked up as they take tires. I did not take tires. I just got fuel and repaired some damage that I had on the car from getting into the wall a few times. Which is why you see me still sitting here. That and the fact that I didn't take tires, didn't really want to be in the way of people, so I slow rolled, let Joshua by there, and took up my position in the back. The best place to be at the time. I was wrong. I thought Joshua's car was, yeah. Nope. Let me get it straight. Jacob's car was the only Supra on the track, but I guess Colton's car is a Supra as well. There on that pink monster car. Most of the field is all in the Chevys. There's a couple of us that run the Mustang, and a couple of Supras here and there. I think usually there's only one. I think Colton usually runs a Chevy, but could be wrong. And you see on the field there, I am the only Mustang on the track right now. The other one, Zach, was still in pits when everybody came out. Multiple laps down, so not sure if he just kind of called it early or if he comes back later. I don't know. But obviously wasn't having the best race of his career there, so. Like the pace car lights are off. We should be getting ready to go green to start stage 2 here at the end of this lap. Strategy call was not going too well. Again, that is due to a mistake, but and then, like I said, I make another mistake by letting this set of tires run out way longer than I should have. But even on older tires, the car didn't seem to be driving too awful bad, so I just kept running it. 60, so we got 15 to go before that starts. Just to add a little fact here, this race was the longest I've seen an Xfinity Series race go, whether it be legal or official, in any capacity since I started on iRacing back in 2016, I want to say. 2015 or 2016. It was the longest I've seen an Xfinity Series race go without a on-track induced crash, aside from starting points. Which, as slick as the track felt, is pretty impressive, I can't lie. You see a lot of cars bumping walls here and there or sliding around just a little bit, and that's just because the grip wasn't there all day. Everybody's trying to be on the edge and be as fast as we can be. The track just didn't want us to be. Great time for Windows Defender to pop in there and decide to interrupt the stream. If you can see that tracker at the top of the screen, the little position ticker, you can see I am 12 seconds back from the car in front of me. Not having a great run, but not going to go a lap down at this pace before the pit stop cycle, so just kind of let that happen. Zero sliding just a little bit at the bottom of turn 4 there. That is by far the slowest spot on the track. Very precise throttle control toward the bottom of that turn. While most of us had it figured out by this point, occasionally we would make our little errors down there. Looks like everybody caught up with. Zach is back on track now, that 51. 21 laps to go. So, an unfortunate situation for Zach there. See that 53 bobbling all over the track there, trying to keep it straight and keep it under control. A little onboard view there. We haven't seen many of those today. The camera section selection is set to random, so I'm not picking the cameras as we go unless say something about selecting the camera. For the most part, it is doing it on its own, and that accounts for why we don't see a lot of options there. So. 5 laps till people start cycling through for their pit stops. Maybe a little bit less for a couple guys who want to try to undercut a little bit. Will be more up front for this next stage break. A couple different theories on that. Some people go in early, some people go in a little later. Try to finish on a little bit of pressure tires. But somewhere in the next 3 to 8 laps, I would say pretty much everybody will be pitting. The goal typically is to try to make the stage approximately in half. And we see the first taker down under the yellow line there now. Getting ready to bring it in. There's another one down there coming out, looks like maybe. Didn't realize we were in turn 1 and 2 yet. Cars coming out of it there as they come in a couple laps forward. Stage break was at 70, the end of 75 for the end of stage 2. It'll be a minute for me to land the back there. Not on good tires. I think for a good portion of this race, I was banking on a caution that never came, trying to get caught up with the field and get some tires at the same time as everybody else to get back on the cycle. And like I said, that caution just never came. It came way too late with only a few laps left in the race. Really lucky we got knocked out this time. So, we are right now at about the halfway point, a little shy of it. So quite a bit to go, so we're sliding a little bit there on fresh tires. And I am way in the back on very old ones. The whole field is pretty broken up right now. There's not a big group anywhere. There's 2 cars, 3 cars, 1 car all over the place. And mostly that is due to the fact that the race was just green flagged the whole time. As people pit cycled and everything else, the field started to get broken up a little bit. And what you're looking at right there, that's the biggest group on track. It's half the drivers all in one group. And everybody else is just 1s and 2s here and there. So get these long green flag runs like this, and the field starts to get broken up, and it's really hard to catch up with the people up ahead. So you're basically just running your own race with the people around you, and counting on something to happen that catches you guys up, or slows the other guys down, or what have you, to kind of bunch things back up and try to get the positions ahead of you. Unless you're me, where you're just kind of hanging out in the back with really old tires and going slow. Start up at the front. 33 leading the race. Gauge up front. But you see that reflection there in the off-car cameras. Right behind that is Jacob. One of 2 supers on the track for this race. And then the other one. Back to the next car in line. We've got 51 Zach, who's multiple laps down. didn't have a very good start to the race. Kind of was sitting in pits for quite a while and is now currently 20 laps down. Gary behind that at 72, another good looking car. Has got some spec maps on the car with brilliant gold numbers that shine on the right. Back in fifth, Brandon, with the 83, the National Guard car. And there goes Zach down to the inside again after a nice little love tap to the wall. Sixth place, you got the 53 of Brett. Again, I'm not sure why his schemes never load for me, but you get to see his iRacing default scheme pretty much every time. Uh-oh, I might have a problem. OBS disconnected. And we're back. Hopefully that doesn't completely drop the screen. If somebody is in the stream right now, if you could just pop in chat and let me know if it's still working. But the next car back, we've got Joshua in 13, still running that cancer scheme. Good looking car there. And 77 Robbie with that Junior Motorsports inspired paint scheme and his rather Spire Motorsports inspired number style. And behind him is Mike, 17. Hopefully the stream's still working. I don't see anybody saying anything. So. And then you got me way in the back on my lonesome, sliding all over on very old worn tires that I should not be on anymore. But I've only got 6 laps left to go, and thank heavens for that, because 4 more, and I don't think I would have had a tire left. And sliding along the wall, because I've got no traction right now. And that is the field as it stands currently. Go back and focus on most exciting. Put those boxes out of the way. And I will shut up for a minute so that you're not annoyed with my voice. about 2.5 to go until the stage brake caution comes out. And then I'll finally take some tires and be back on pace with everybody else. As it stands currently, I'm the better part of a lap down. About 35 seconds back. So I do manage to stay on the lead lap, but it's not by very much. See that time gap continuing to grow every time my name comes across there. Now 36 seconds back, almost 37. But luckily that stage brake is coming very soon. As lap 75 has just ended and the yellow lights are on. Finally, I am ready to take some tires on my car. And from there, my race improves pretty drastically. I don't make any real big position gains until the end when things start getting crazy, but I get to keep up with the field from this point on, so that's a big deal. And because I went so long on those crappy old tires, I will have some damage to repair while I'm in pit. So we'll be restarting from the back again, but actually ready to do something with it this time instead of just letting everybody by and relegating myself to the rear. I am so far back, though, that while everybody's going slow behind the pace car, I'm still full speed. I'm trying to catch myself back up. As you see, my car is not in that line right now. I'm still about half a lap behind everybody else, so really trying to catch up. They're getting ready to dive into pits here, and I'm going to go in as soon as I get up there. But yeah, again, I'm so far back that even once I come out of pits, I'm going to have to run pretty hard to catch the field before the drop of the green flag. Good times. See Zach there, the only car still out on track as everybody else is in the pits, making their way back around now. I do see that viewership is up from earlier when I said hello to everybody. I haven't really been paying attention to how many of you were here, so for those of you who I haven't said it to yet, thank you for being here. I appreciate the support. Welcome to the stream. Enjoy it. I know that really hasn't been the most exciting race, but it was a good one. We did manage to go most of the race without a crash. somewhere around lap 115 to 120 is when we get our first one. So it's pretty good stretch there. Tomorrow night's race with the mini stocks will be a lot more exciting to watch. If you want to come by and check that out, again, I will stream that at 8 o'clock, just like this one. Same channels, same everything, same time. That race was a wild one. 50 laps, door to door, 3 wide, 4 wide, bumping and pushing, and everything else. Lots of crashing in that one. Lots of contact. Lots of exciting moments. So probably the most exciting race I've streamed yet. I'm looking forward to watching it from a different perspective because from in-car it felt pretty crazy. So that will be tomorrow at 8. Excuse me. And there we go. I am officially caught up with everybody. Lights are off. We'll be going green as we come around this time. There's the restart. OBS, why are we doing this? Please stop interrupting my stream. Nobody's watching on YouTube right now. If you were watching on Twitch, you get to see dots bouncing on the screen. I'm sure everybody knows by now, but they'll never go. streaming software is really struggling to keep up with things tonight, apparently. So hopefully everybody's still able to watch and hasn't been kicked out of the stream or anything. Hopefully it's running good and smooth for you. There were two drivers in this field trying to race. Me, who was completely wrong strategy to happen, and Brandon in the 83 there. He has been running up front the whole race. Than I did. But everybody behind that is really strung out. Really having to work for it back here. Sixth place is one of the leaders now. Presumably trying to push that strategy in a little bit early. stops there around this time. Should be the final stop of the race as long as everything goes smooth. That. Everybody just spread out. And I got the wall again. Every time it shows me. I can do that every lap. Final stretch of this race with 25 and 22 to go. We do get that green light checker to extend the race a little bit. Lap 105. See those two slower cars that were leading on the pits now, getting their fresh tires in. That's what I was talking about earlier with that early and late strategy. Those guys went with the late strategy on this one. So last cars to pit. I remember correctly, I think we had about 30-ish laps of fuel on board with a full tank because we were capped at half tank for the series. So everybody who stopped a little bit early feels like they didn't make it. And with the extension of the green-white checkered, some of us might, some of us might not. One thing's for sure, though, if 30 laps is accurate, these two definitely have not. See all these cars laps down, looks like everybody's coming in one more time. This race was over a week ago, almost 2 weeks ago actually. So I don't remember everything about it, to be precise. So I may be off on some of those numbers in the past. That would explain why everybody's pitting right now. I thought we were done with that after the last one. Working on trying to get that back. And as it's getting down to the final bits of this race here, everybody's pushing just a little bit harder, trying to be just a little bit faster. And you see some good sliding there off of Brett. Nice save. Everybody's pushing just that little bit harder, trying to be right on that edge to gain what they can to finish. As we're starting to dwindle down those final 20 laps down now to the final 17 laps. And as far as we know at this point, still the final 50 laps. Not a whole lot of time left to move into the spread out as everybody is. You kind of got to push extra hard to try to catch the guy ahead of you. And you're seeing that sliding out of that 53 there. A little bit too hard. And it's actually costing him ground. Was on my own for the majority of the race, doing my own thing, so while it's focused on most exciting, you see a lot of it, a little bit here and there. But the replay streams aren't about me and my car, they're about the whole field and just enjoying it, and seeing what happens from an outside perspective. I know what happens with my race, and I can watch it from my in-car perspective that's already recorded and posted. It's fun to see how everybody else's race goes too, because I don't know what to focus on. funny. I can go a stage and a half on old tires and not lose a lap. And I get back on cycle with everybody else and try to do my thing with the pit stops and go a lap down there. Pushing to try to have that next spot. Seen a few times here in the last 10 laps or so a real good visual example of what I was saying, how slick this track is. And if you're not precise with the throttle, you're either sideways or slow. Back there, I've raced my way through all of the cars that are on the same lap as me. The first car in 7th place. I was a couple spots back in there, now 6th, 7th. Keep moving back and forth. Lap is back. Lap is gone. I don't know what's going on with that timer. And yeah, like I said, the planned race distance here was 125 laps. Once the caution comes out sometime in the next 4, probably. We get that green light checker that pushes us to 127, so. Curious to see what brought that caution out. I didn't get to see it. Obviously, I was a bit too far back there for that, so. 53, 33, and 83, that group of 3 cars right there, are all on the same team. So they had a strong showing here up at the front right now in first, second, third, and fourth. I'm not sure. This timer up here, this position tracker is jumping all over the place. Every time I try to read something, it changes, so I'm not sure who's where, because it doesn't seem to know who's where. According to that tracker right now, they're racing third, fourth, and fifth. And there's what brought the caution out right there. Let's bring that back and get another look at it. 53 come up, get into the wall. 83 got really nowhere to go, tries to come down a little bit. 33 is right there, and it just sends him down. It's a shame. I don't think anybody was hungrier for a win here at this track than that 83. Brandon, like I said earlier, he was the other driver here looking for a win on the track, and I really didn't have a shot at it from where I was at most of the day, so. However, because we are under caution now, and I am the first car lap down, I will get my lap back. And there you have it, our first and only caution caused by an incident on track. There will be one more incident on track. It will be after the drop of the white flag, however, so it won't bring out another caution, and we'll race back to the finish. You see just a few laps of the caution. Not the most exciting thing to watch, I know. There I go around the pace car to get my lap back. I will be tail end of the longest line at the restart, but back on the lead lap and ready to do my best. Just one more time real quick while we're under caution. Not a lot going on, nothing to really see here. I want to thank everybody that's here right now and everybody that was here that is no longer watching for coming out, showing a little bit of support. I appreciate it. The only reason I keep streaming is because I keep seeing viewers. I enjoy it. I like watching this stuff. I wouldn't watch these replays as often as I do if I wasn't streaming them. So sincerely, thank you for coming out and watching. It's a good time for me. Hopefully it's a good time for you. Tomorrow night I'll be replaying the mini stock race here at Michigan. That was a really good and exciting race. I know I've said that numerous times throughout this, but just want to make sure it gets to everybody. That's the one to watch. So if you enjoy exciting, tomorrow night at 8, this is where you want to be. As soon as we get the checkered flag here and watch the video celebration, we're going to end the stream for the night and get on to doing some other stuff. But really appreciate everybody that comes out and watches these, even if you're only here for a few laps or whether you watch the whole thing. So, lights are out on the pace car. We will go green next time by and race our green-white checkered. Like I said, there will be one more on-track incident we'll see right as the white flag comes out. But because the white's out first, and doesn't bring out the caution, we race back to the checkered. And that's how I go from 7th, where I'm at, up to 5th for my finishing position. So wasn't my strongest race. I did spend most of the race in the back. Let me rephrase that as all. Mostly due to some poor choices and just my inability to really find the grip on the track. I struggled here almost as much as I struggled at Dover. Just had better results here than I did at Dover. So I think that's why I was so frustrated last week, is because it really was the second race in a row where I couldn't find my groove. I couldn't find my rhythm. I couldn't find the track. So hopefully that will change coming forward here. Our next race in this series this Wednesday is at Watkins Glen, so not super confident in that, but we'll see what happens. I'm going to run, and we'll make the most of it. Here we are with the green flag. Awesome. Back to the race. Clean restart by everybody. The back half of us, myself included, spread out for the fifth all over the place. But they are three wide, racing hard for the front. Everybody wants that win. And like I said, I don't think anybody's hungrier for that win than Brandon there in that 83 National Guard car. Doesn't feel good to have a shot at whether it was something you did on purpose or something somebody else did on purpose, or whether it was just an accident. That does not bring up the caution, and you keep going. So you see those two cars there, the 72 and the 53, get into a wreck back there, which puts me up to 5th, Brandon in 4th ahead of me. So neither of us really got our win we were hoping for. He definitely had a better run at it than I did. Like I said, kind of sucks for him. He really wanted it. But the fact that we both finished, we were both in the top 5. It might not make him happy, but it makes me happy. So that is the official end of the race. We did take our white flag before the caution was thrown for that incident. So I'm not really sure how, because the cars were definitely sideways before the line, but that's what we got. So, like I said, we'll hold off for the victory celebration here, watch the donuts or victory lane or whatever we're going to do, and then I will end the stream. We can hopefully enjoy tomorrow's mini stock race. I'd like to see anybody who wants to watch. Feel free to show up. It was a really good race. It's going to be loads of fun to watch. I'm looking forward to it. So there you see me rolling my way back to pits. The car's out of fuel. I gambled on fuel. I would probably not have been in the top 5 had I not gambled on fuel, but I started chugging and lugging in turn 4 on the final lap with that green-white checkered, and just slowly rolled my way back around into pits. So couldn't have timed it any better. Got lucky that that caution didn't come out from that second wreck, or I would have definitely had to duck in for some fuel. So yeah, anyway, I've talked more than I normally talk throughout a stream. So again, appreciate everybody for coming out. I'm going to go ahead and close this out. Hopefully see some of y'all tomorrow night for the stream of the mini stock race. Like I said, it's one of the most exciting races, at least from the in-car perspective, that I've had. So hopefully it'll be a good one to watch and y'all will enjoy it. That's all I got for tonight, though. So have a good night.